What's up, everybody? It's Jaiden Cable. I'm here with Mr. Henri Hooft. How you doing today?
I'm good, I'm fine. I'm at the gym, so it's always good.
So we're at Killcliff right now. Recently, you guys went through a rebranding in, what was it, 2022? What was that like?
Well, we went from Sanford MMA to Killcliff FC, and that's great because, as people will maybe know, we are a fully sponsored gym, so it's nice to have a title sponsor, a big company like at this moment Killcliff and before Sanford, so no, it's great.
What separates Killcliff from other gyms? I mean, a lot of people know about Killcliff. It's a great gym. What makes it so great?
Well, I don't know like about other gyms, but I think the culture here is really, really cool. We have like 23 different nationalities. We have all kind of people on the mat, and everybody. We have rules, and we have structure in the team, so people need to train together. There's no separate group trainings, so it's a big group. We have a lot of fighters, so I think it's good. That's what we wanted. A lot of talent on the mat, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say that we are like much better or whatever, but for sure we're different because we are a fully sponsored gym. We have great partners, and again, good fighters. So, but there are a couple of other really good gyms, and that's all good because there's a lot of work. There's a lot of fighters, and yeah.
Talking about the fighters, recently Kamaru Usman, amazing win. You were actually there.
Yeah.
Can you bring us through that?
Yes. Well, I mean, of course, Kamaru didn't fight for a while, and he had a couple of surgeries, and a year ago or something. And if you see, he take another easy fight. Buckley is a really talented guy also, and he was probably on a 6-fight winning streak or something like that. I mean, so, but yeah, everybody saw the fight. His knee still work, right? I think he did really good. You know, it's not a problem with winning or losing fights. If you saw the fights he lost, they were against really good people, and he was always in the fight. You know, so I don't really saw that as big losses, and that I think he felt the same way, and that's why he's still so motivated to do these fights because he don't need to do it anymore. He already proved himself. He has a nice family. He probably made some good money, but he still wants to prove himself. So that's really cool as a coach to see, and it was nice to work together with Trevor because he trains here, and he trains close to the fight. He goes to Denver too. So, and it's always nice to see other really good trainer in the corner and listen to what he says. But we think a lot the same, I think, if I speak to myself. But it's easy with a student with Kamaru. He's a very easy student. He's very consistent. He's a hard worker by himself. So he's a big example for everybody in the gym. And again. I was with Eddie Alvarez all the time until the title fight, but I still see that as one of also my titles. Not my titles, but I was a big part of Eddie's championship. And Kamaru was my first real, like I was there, you know. So there's something special, and it still feels special. It was a special night, and I'm really happy for him.
Is he fully training here now, or is he also training at Trevor Whitman's gym?
No, he's training here because he lives here, and he do weeks in camp, like close to the fight. He goes there. He trains on both sides. He has the best of both. Like that's, I think, because there he gets a little bit more personal attention that he needs, especially when you're already a little older and you're a little bit more experienced. You need to work on certain kind of details. Where Trevor is really good at that, and there's a small group over there with Justin and everything. And Kamaru never left us, never left me as a trainer. That was never the case. There was something that happened, and that's all under the bridge, you know. There was nothing there, you know. We're still really, really cool and really close together, and it's only nice to go through a career like that, like him, like Gilbert, like all these guys, Michael Chandler. Now they're coming close to the end of their careers, and we're still all together. So that's really cool because we started this shit a very long time ago, you know.
Let's talk about Gilbert. Do you think his age is catching up to him?
Well, everybody's age is catching up to him, and that's also the meaning of life, to get older. But to get older in your career as a fighter is probably, of course, that's always will be a case, you know. But depends on how much damage you took and everything. But I think that Gilbert had a lot of fights where there was just hard fights, you know. He won a lot of really good fights. He lost hard fights, you know. As long as they're motivated, as long as they go through camp and they're still happy and they still want to compete, then why not? You know, he fought a very talented young kid, but I want to see Gilbert fight his next fight against a guy that's like him, seasoned, and but he never ducked any fighter, you know. So no, it doesn't really matter to me. If I see that my fight is getting too much damage or it makes no sense, I will be honest. They know that about me. I'm always honest about that because that's a good thing about a sponsored gym. You don't need to push people into a fight. You know, we make sure that we make money. So I'm looking forward to him. He's helping out in the gym a lot now because new baby. He got a new baby, and he's helping out a lot in the gym. And we're on the road, so yeah, that's a good thing about our gym too. We have a lot of all our fighters are now coaching and training here, like Robbie, like Nick Lance, like Ong La, and Gilbert is helping out. Herbert is helping out. So yeah, that's really cool.
Gilbert recently said that after that Hamzat payday, you know, it just hasn't felt the same. He's not as hungry. How do you keep these fighters hungry when they're already successful?
Well, first of all, the fighter needs keep himself hungry, right? I mean, a lot of people overrate the work of a coach, you know. I mean, a lot of coaches make themselves more important than the fighter, but he needs to have the feeling that he still wants to fight. So maybe he was yeah, if you got enough money in your bank account, you get a little bit more relaxed about everything. But believe me, in trainings and everything, if you got beat up the whole time and you're not into it, you won't fight. So Gilbert maybe had a little bit of feeling of like, I'm good like this. But if you want to compete, and he felt that in the last fight, if you want to compete, your mindset needs to be a little different. But Gilbert always wants to fight and compete. He's here in the gym too, even if it's jiu-jitsu on the mat, that won't change, you know. So again, like I said, give him a good opponent. And again, he did not ask him for easy opponents, but he never said no to a fight. So it'd be nice to give him somebody that's up there like him. And then he gave a lot of people, a lot of fans, nice fights. And people love him, you know. Yeah.
Also another legendary coach, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. The thing with him is he would kind of also go into their lifestyle, and if they party too much or something like that, you'd kick him out of the gym. You think that's a little bit too much, or you do something like that?
Well, I mean, I heard a lot of stories about this legendary coach, and you see the results, what he built. Of course, you cannot deny. So he was probably right. I mean, if it works. I'm a big believer of discipline. I also believe that's why we have our morning trainings. They're all mandatory. You know, you need to train. We have a group app. When you don't come, they need to tell us why they're not coming. It's very important. People cannot just do their own thing. Generations change. I also think that where they come from and southern countries, they have a different mentality. What is great for martial arts or great for fighting. Martial arts is a little different, but great for fighting. And it works. If stuff works, then why not, you know? And definitely work with their family and the fighters, yeah. Yeah.
Also, are you coaching Shavkat Rakhmonov right now?
Of course. I mean, I'm not coaching him now because he's back in Kazakhstan. But I mean, when he comes back to fighting, he will be here and he'll be training. Yeah, I mean for the last 5 fights, training him, and he always comes. He trains in Kazakhstan, and he comes always the last 6 weeks of camp here for a bigger fight, like the title fight before, when they were scheduled to fight with Belal. He was supposed to be here for 2 months. No, of course, I'm still his trainer, one of his trainers, and it's really cool to train him. He's a cool guy, cool dude. So.
Some people say he has a little bit of stiff head movement. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, people will always have something to say. You know, you can be 19-0, undefeated with 18 finishes, and you get hit twice, and then you have no head movement. So what happened in all the other 18 fights? You know, I mean. He good, you know. He good everywhere. He got hit a couple of times in the Geoff New fight. That's what people saw that. Oh, yeah. But did he had any trouble with it? No. You saw the end of the fight. What happened? It was a big show. Everybody loved that fight. They both got paid 50 grand extra because it was a big show. So if you fight perfectly like Habib, or you fight like Belal, they complain because you fight boring. It's never good for fans. But as a trainer. Of course, every fight you can change stuff. Every fight you see stuff that can be better. But if you're 19-0 with 18 finishes, people need to just be good, you know?
Yeah. Another tricky situation. So you obviously train a bunch of people. What happens when you train 2 of the top people in the same division?
Well, I don't train a bunch of people. I train professional fighters. And don't cut this out, right? I train professional fighters. If they have to fight each other, again, that's why I said it to you. I train professional fighters. They're professionals. So they fight for money, right, at the end of the day. So if I have good fighters that fight each other, that means we do something really good in this gym. Like in the PFL, we were close to having the finals with Jason Jackson and Logan Storey. It didn't work out like that, but we already had Gilbert and Kamaru fighting each other. When that happens, that happens. There's a big chance that Kamaru will fight for the title fight. And maybe Shavkat comes back, and yeah. But then I decide if my guys fight, I step out of it. I step out of the way. I'm not in the corner. I don't train anybody. They just do their own thing. And that's the good thing about having a gym like that. Of course, you don't want your own fighters to fight each other, but you want the best fighters in the world. You're going to have a lot of good fighters. And that's just the way it is. You can only be one champion.
Would they move gyms, or would they still stay here if they're still both fighting each other?
We can decide it when that happens. Like everybody was talking about Jason and Logan from the first time they were on the same bracket in the PFL, and it never happened, right? So it's close, but close is not happening, you know. So we don't need to worry about stuff that's not going to happen. People worry too much.
Who do you believe is the best current striker of all time? Or who do you believe is the best current striker, and then who do you believe is the best striker of all time?
Like in MMA?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, MMA striking is totally different than like boxing or kickboxing, so you have to be about. But of course, everybody knows that Ilia has yes, at least the most powerful and fast hands that you can see. Has a very good technique, good style. For me, he's the best striker. But you have also people that have striking that's not technically so good, but it works for them. And you see with Dricus, you know, he's not the great striker that they say they were technically, but he hit at the right moment. So what is better? Of course, I'm a big fan of Ilia, but also a big fan of Dricus, you know. So MMA striking is different. But I think technically striking, Ilia is the best striker. But Charles is also really good. That's why it will be a really nice fight. Charles has good knees and good elbows. Yeah. That's why it will be such a good fight. So I'm not quickly to say that one is the best, but for me, Ilia technically is the best. But again, I also can enjoy Dricus and people that win like that. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Ilia actually trained here for a little bit. Well, you think he's ever going to come back here, or probably not?
I mean, he trained there for, I think it was for the Emmett fight. But it was a really good time. And we have contact. We still have contact when we see each other in Vegas. But also the manager and me have a lot of contact. There was talks about training here if he fights in America. You know, and there was a while ago. It was a different fight. But no, I think when he wants to train in America, he had a really good time here. And I think when he trains in America, I think he will be at that gym. Yeah, for sure. But if you can train, if you make that money and you can work, people can work around you, and you're at that part of your career, and you think that's best for you. Everybody needs to do what's best for them, you know. So fighters need to do it, but also gym owners and trainers. So you know, but. I wouldn't mind if he's here. It was very nice to see him train with the guys, and he was really one of the guys when he was training. He was listening to everybody. He did his own training on the side too, but he sparred with the people. He grappled with everybody. He's a great guy, you know. And again, like very, very talented guy.
Yeah, he's definitely an amazing fighter. 100% can't deny that. I personally think he will beat Charles. I like Charles also, though. Yeah. But to wrap it up, I'm going to give you some categories, and you tell me the best coaches or best gyms for it, all right? All right, so we're starting off with best game planners.
Best game planners for fighting? Yeah. Well, myself, I don't really believe in that stuff, you know. But again, I like to teach skills, but of course you need to think about a fight a certain kind of way. And I think some people are very good at that. So let me go. I think there's a couple of guys. I think John Crutch is one of the MMA Lab. John, he's one of the. I think he's very underrated. People never talk about him. Benson Henderson coach, all the guys that he win a lot of fights now. Have a lot of talented kids in his gym. He's very underrated. He's an old school guy. I think he's very good at that. And of course, Trevor is good at that with Justin and with Kamaru. But you have a lot of really good coaches. You have really talented coaches. Eric from Vegas. Oh, yeah. Everybody's getting up there, you know. So there's a lot of really good coaches. I can't really say that one is better than the other. But there are also a couple of horrible coaches, trainers, you know. But I don't want to tell them the names, but they know who I'm talking about.
Best boxing coach.
Best boxing coach. Well, I mean, I just said that Ilia has the best hands, so probably his trainer, if I have to say that. But that's also hard because it depends on who you work with. You can have the best boxing coach, but you work with less talent. But I think Ilia's trainer. I saw him working here with him. I think he's really, really smart guy, a really smart trainer. Yeah, I think so.
Best kicking coach.
Best kicking coach. Or kickboxing coach. I mean, kicking coach, what is a kicking coach? Kickboxing coach? Again, I really like Charles Oliveira's style of fighting, kickboxing, Muay Thai kind of style. So and Ian trains there too. Ian Gary, who trained here before, too, trains there too. Yeah, you got different people. You know, you got the Stephen Thompson, who can kick very good. He has the karate stance, and you have Charles. You have people from ATT that are really good at the calf kicks. We have good kickboxing. I mean, if people understand our style of fighting, we like to strike. You know, so we have good kickboxers here. So yeah, there's a couple of them, but yeah. And it's also not fair because at one gym there are 3 or 4 coaches. Yeah, sure. You know, but you had a guy that was back in the days at ATT too, Cartel. He was really, really good. I don't see him for a long time, but one of the trainers there, the Muay Thai trainer, was really good too. So yeah, there's a couple of them.
Best conditioning gym?
Best conditioning gym, yeah. The best conditioning guy I think about is Mirab, of course. So he probably is, but I don't know the best conditioning gym. They're like, I don't know if there's really gyms that are known for like, oh yeah, they have great cardio. Some gyms are known for hard, some gyms are known for like striking. But we have a very good strength conditioning coach here. I mean, but fighters sometimes in fight don't only get physically tired, they get mentally tired, you know, in training, because they train so hard that you can be tired really normally. But mentally, fighting is not like something else, not another sport. Fighting is different. So yeah, I don't know which the best conditioning coach is. Probably Khabib's gym. Yeah. But also they have they also privilege to train in the mountains. But yeah, for me overall fighters, of course, are from that group of fighters that have been trained with a lot of discipline by his father. And Khabib, there's not a lot of really good fighters, like super fighters, that are good trainers. But he has good eyes, and yeah, I like the way he, when I see stuff, what he do with his trainers, and the loyalty that he has towards his trainer and the people that he train in the gym. So probably best condition gym and overall gym, I think, is Khabib's gym.
I would think so too. Last question: could you give the fans out there maybe one of your favorite Kill Cliff stories that they might not know?
I mean, there's so many stories here, but
it's one of them.
One of them. Yeah, that's like every day something is happening here. You know, people get into it all the time. But the nice thing here is that we have a sparring belt, and we have a sparring belt. And I don't know Tommy. Where's that sparring belt? Is he still here? The sparring belt? Can you get it for me 1 second? Because that's kind of a funny story. Because that guy belongs to the hardest hitting guy in my gym. And
do people like to spar with that guy?
Well, back in the days, everybody sparred with everybody. Nowadays, sometimes people are like, I don't want to go with this guy because he go hard. But so this belt belongs to the guy that never got a real belt in the UFC, but was the most scariest fighter in his weight class. This is Anthony Johnson.
Oh yeah.
He's not with us anymore. He died too soon. Amazing person, amazing fighter. And I remember he putting this on. It was still called Sanford. But and he said, try to take it away from me. And everybody was joking, Michael Johnson, Kamaru, everybody said, I'll take you on for this shit. But nobody ever stepped up. So this is him, and we keep it here for him in memories. Sometimes people pick it up, and then we talk about stories where Anthony Johnson knocks out people in the gym, and not on purpose, just, oh shit, he's on the floor and goes so fast. And so nowadays people spar a little different, but back in the days, there was just a murder row here, you know, just everybody, Tyrone and Anthony Johnson, Alistair over him, Rico Verhoeven was here. They all spar here and they spar hard, and yeah, that's a good, cool thing about our gym. But anyways, every day when you walk in here, and every day there's 50 people on the mat, we have 23 people in the UFC, so we have a lot of fighters here. You can see always some action and cool people. That's the most important thing, because martial arts, I know they get paid for it, so it's a professional sport, but martial arts is still about respect and honesty and honor, you know, and I believe in that, and yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Always.